Welcome to another edition of Bedlam Buds. My name is Ryan. I got my buddy Jeremy here, and we have some breaking news. Boomer Sooner from me, Go Pokes from Jeremy. And look, it is transfer season, it is portal season, and on this first day of the new year, 2026, we get word that Hauss Hejny is out the door. So Zane Flores out the door, Hauss Hejny out the door. Hauss Hejny, we barely knew ye. And so the quarterbacks are gone. Jeremy, what are you hearing in Stillwater? And does this mean a certain mean green QB is headed to Pokesville?
I think that it does. There's a lot of reports coming out that are saying that. Zach Lancaster from Pokes Report, a good buddy of mine who I absolutely trust, has coming out saying that Oklahoma State and Drew Mestemaker have agreed to a 2-year contract. The numbers being thrown about are ridiculous, and if true, means Oklahoma State is playing big boy NIL. At least with the quarterback position. And that's unfortunate for Zane Flores, who went into the portal earlier. However, is graduating, again, doing all of the things that you want a student athlete to do. Has never been a problem, been a terrific, model citizen, all of that. Hauss Hejny, you're right. Hauss Hejny came in with a little bit of a claim. He's a run-pass guy, and he proved to be that, and he proved to win the spot. A lot of people thought that Zane Flores was going to win the quarterback spot, and it turned out to not be the case. That Hauss Hejny won the spot, and in the half game that he got to play, he scored multiple touchdowns, and there was a difference in the offense with him under center. And as we've discussed in an earlier pod, and people can go back and listen to it, you could talk about the Hauss Hejny effect and having effect on whether Mike Gundy has a job right now or not. Okay. So Hauss Hejny is a quality quarterback. I mean, he could have meant the difference in possibly 5 more wins for Oklahoma State this year. I mean, there's easy numbers out there you could do, and go back and listen to the pod and hear us break it down. But so the only thing that could possibly mean when Hejny came out and announced his desire to transfer, he has never said a bad word about Oklahoma State. He, in his letter that he posted on social media, he was very complimentary and talked about how much the time would mean to him. Time at Oklahoma State would mean to him, and I honestly believe that. Seeing the kid interact with other people on campus and at the athletic department, and just the way he carried himself on the sideline even after the injury, just an absolute leader, a kid that you want on your team and on your program. So this is not ideal for Oklahoma State unless, again, the one thing that could trigger that is happening, and that's Drew Mestemaker coming in. And so I'm in the camp. I absolutely think it's coming in. I think that they're going to make it official in the next day or two. My guess is probably Saturday. And so we'll see. We'll see about that. But I mean, it's as official as it can get without the actual announcement. And clearly, Oklahoma State can't say anything until all the contracts are signed.
Got to follow the rules. And
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of official reports, but there's been a lot of conjecture that, a lot of times the Cowboys say and we're bringing hell. What is the saying? We're bringing hell with us, or something like that, from Tombstone. That I'm just getting to the point that Drew Mestemaker may be bringing some buddies with them.
Yeah, and hell's coming with me.
And hell's coming with me, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they play that, before the kickoff, and it's awesome. It's on the Jumbotron or whatever, and it's terrific. Good, goosebumps. But you know what? It's possible. They got the running back. North Texas had the freshman All-American running back, Hawkins, who I believe is from Shawnee, Oklahoma. And then the wide receiver, just blanked up his name again.
Wyatt Young?
White Young, I think that's right, who was one of the leading receivers in the nation this year, and so he's entered into the portal as well. All of this becomes official Friday, I believe. Um, and so, now it's just the announcements. So, if those guys come up, I mean, that's a heck of a coup, just those guys themselves. Now, there is always the question of, can they do it at the actual P5 level? Can they do it against a defense like Texas Tech or Arizona State or, some of those who have those higher quality defenses? Can they do that consistently week in and week out like you're going to have to in the Big 12? So, you know, you gotta hope that the answer is yes, and there is some crossing over of levels, and there's been a lot of those lower lower division guys that have jumped up to the P4 level who have been absolutely incredible and done terrifically. So I think that you hire these coaches to coach at this level, at the big time, big boy level, and if they think that these cats can do that, then let's bring them on. Let's get them signed up and let's go.
The dream scenario, bringing triplets. I remember when the Dallas Cowboys had
Yeah.
Aikman, Emmett, and Irvin, they called them the triplets. But to you basically have a ready-made offense ready to go. Kurt Signetti famously brought some players from James Madison on to Indiana, and they were awfully good. And North Texas scored 49 on San Diego State. They're it's not like they're UCLA or USC or Oregon, it's not a but it's still good, man. You're putting up almost 50 points. That in an Oklahoma State offense that this Eric Morris leads, he played at Texas Tech. Wouldn't you think he would know?
Yeah, I would think he would be well familiar and how he's worked his way up and how he's coached at this level, done some GA coaching, did some other coaching. And talent is talent. And you're right, bringing in triplets because those guys already know each other. They already know what to expect, the receiver and the quarterback. If that happens, they are already on the same page, which is just a two steps ahead of a lot of other people are going to be. So, yeah, absolutely. You have to hope that that triplet situation happens. You can never have enough good running backs. And Oklahoma State has a couple of really good running backs right now. But my goodness, if you could get that Hawkins kid in as well, I mean, we like having an up-tempo, high-scoring offense at Oklahoma State, and that's the way you get back to it.
If those 3 were to come in tandem to Stillwater, wouldn't they also be the de facto day 1 leaders of the team? Like, if Eric Morris brings them on, it's a statement that's even more than their athletic ability. It's that these guys are going to be the leaders in the clubhouse, the leaders in the weight room. They are the leaders of this team.
I hadn't thought about it like that. Hadn't put those things together, but I agree with that. That makes absolute sense as you're bringing in this package deal, and these are the guys that I trust right off the bat that I have coached with, that I've worked with to take a team to 10, 11, 12 wins. They're going to do that here. And the way they do that here is by setting those examples, by showing how we win, absolutely taking those leadership roles. And you have to hope that they do that. Mestemaker is now listed as a 5-star transfer quarterback, like the number 2 overall, in the transfer class type of situation, which is a huge deal for Oklahoma State to get. Yeah, he's coming with his coaches, but all the big names are after him. You don't think Indiana is giving him a call and some other places like that? Absolutely. So, to be able to get that ready-made package, that might have been some of the allure for Mestemaker himself. As I got a couple of my guys coming up, that we can step into those leadership roles. We can show Oklahoma State how you win again and become those guys. I would be totally okay with that.
And use that as a recruiting tool going into late January and February. Well, folks, this is just from the speculation desk. Some of this we do have confirmation. Hauss Hejny put out a note today. He's headed to the transfer portal. We already knew that Zane Flores is. And the speculation, the reports out there, as Jeremy noted, is that Drew Mestemaker, at least Drew Mestemaker, is headed to Stillwater. If we hear more, we will definitely let you know. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure you like, subscribe, and comment right here. These videos are included in Oklahoma Memo. It's my daily local news recap newsletter. It hits your inbox 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. It's mostly news, but I have a sports segment in there that it's usually Jeremy and me talking about OU, OSU, or some randomness, Christmas songs, Christmas movies, you name it. If you're listening to this podcast, leave us a 5-star review. That helps us get discovered in the algorithm. It's just a little trick, you see. You leave a 5-star review, and then your neighbor might hear about Bedlam Buds. So until next time, for Jeremy, it's Ryan here. We will talk to you later.